You know, well, you're a radical, Pat Hill. She's radical. Like power to the people.
Radical.
Revolution.
Get to the root.
Burn it down.
Radical means get to the root.
But you know, that's
Militant means stay on course, uniform, in order. Yes, I guess.
Listen, that's 1960 stuff. These folks are born long after Mark Clark and Fred Hampton, Harold Washington, Malcolm X, Elijah Muhammad, all of them passed away, shot, killed, assassinated. It's a different day, don't you agree?
I agree, because
there'll be no revolution.
We didn't have these children killed in the street.
There'll be no revolution. You know that?
We didn't have this problem.
But Barack Obama's our leader now. Integration today, integration tonight, tomorrow, integration forever.
And integration has never worked. It has never worked. The order of the day was desegregation, and the fight got co-opted to integration.
Well, here's something. You know, we have Mayor Daley's been mayor 20 years. You know, the church people, they love the mayor. The preachers are behind the mayor. The politicians are behind the mayor. What are the masses gonna say? You know, F the mayor and the preachers and the politicians. When they gonna ride? I mean, I'm agreeing with you. We do need a revolution.
Yeah, I know, and you're asking the question. I don't know, Mark, but I remember the question was asked back in the 60s.
Yeah, back in the 60s.
How long?
You talk to the camera. Go ahead.
How long?
Yeah.
Shall we wait? How long?
Yeah.
And I remember the response was not long. And so it's really up to the people. We can change this tomorrow. We're tired of crying at funerals and scared to take your groceries in the house and scared to accidentally leave your door unlocked and all of that. You want to change that, you got to take over your community.
But see, most folks, they never seen what and don't get me wrong when I say this, it sounds bullshit, but most people don't even know what a good community looks like. I'm a limo driver.
Well,
I'm about to go to work.
Use your imagination.
No, I'm saying I'm a limo driver. I'm about to go to work now. That's why I got the white shirt. I'm about to put the tie on and black coat on. I'm going to these affluent suburbs. I'm looking at these folks that make, 100, 300, 2 millionaires and billionaires I see. A lot of folks ain't seen that. We don't even know how a family's supposed to operate. I was at Robeson and some other schools, and I ask the young people all the time, I say, do you know anybody in your extended family who are affluent? So you can learn what affluence are about, how to conduct yourself, how the family's supposed to act, that kind of stuff. Do you know anybody who's affluent? You know what they tell me?
What?
Mr. Sims, what does the word affluent mean?
So the word isn't even in their vocabulary.
This is what we're dealing with. So how you gonna have a revolution when people, all they know is the hood?
Well, you can change people's mindsets. And that's what we have to have, a revolution of the mind. The minds have to be changed. And they have been changed over time. We weren't always like this. Our mindset has been changed to think the way we do now, which is not in our best interest. So all we have to do is Sankofa. Go back. Go back. There is a historical frame of reference.
Before I go, I'm running out of time. The thing about it is that we have been so homogenized, so integrated, so our heads have been bumped for so long, actually for 400 years ever since we've been here. I mean, we've been Willie lynched, and you know all about that. We've been Willie lynched. How you gonna get folks to rise up and to say, you know what, it can be better? I don't care if you make 20 grand a year, 200 grand a year. You don't have to act like, an animal just because you make 15 grand, 20 grand a year.
I agree.
And that's what it's all about.
And I recommend that people, when they look at TV, stop looking at stupid videos and look at a documentary like Biko. Look at movies and videos that show black people fighting and trying to overcome their negative conditions. And I can guarantee you, the more you watch that stuff, you will become inspired.
The last point, I tell the little girls, I go to these public schools all the time, and I talk to these little girls and little boys. Little boys when I say little boys, these are teenagers. They just hyped up on the hormones. They ain't thinking. I was a teenager back in the day. I know what goes on.
Right.
But why do these little girls, how come you sisters can really talk to these little girls in grammar school and say, baby, don't have no children, go to school.
Right.
Why do you want to, we know why, but how can we have a mass effort to say, slow down, young man, young woman, do not have, I'm a better parent at 47 than I could have been at 17 to 27.
Sure,
you know what I'm saying?
Sure.
How are we going to stop this?
Well, the same way you stop anything else. First of all, you got to be there. Our young people are pretty much raising themselves, and they're being left to their own volition.
We got to break the cycle.
And I'm saying you have to be there. That's part of taking back your community. Family is the nucleus of a community. Good families are the nucleus of a good community. And so if you want to live in a good community, and because you can't keep moving, then you have to have a good family. Let your family be the example.
But I try to tell these young men and young ladies about co-parenting, because the institution of marriage is down the drain. It's never going to be rebuilt the way it was, whatever. For a lot of different reasons, we know integration, assimilation. The best and brightest have moved away from the hood, so all the hood is mile after mile of hoodness. You know what I'm saying? And remember, like I always say, it was countryness that turned into ghetto-ness that turned into hoodness. So we got to break the cycle now. And you would do it by it's about co-parenting. I tell little girls and little boys, I mean, they high school kids. You want to have a child. Do you have an 18 to 20 year plan to raise them? What kind of preschool, grammar school, high school, college? What is your vision for that child? And is this the young lady or the young man you want to raise this child for the next 20 years? Co-parenting, because forget about institutional marriage. Co-parenting, so how we gonna do this?
Yeah, what you're asking some important questions, Mark, and they can't be answered in a soundbite. But we need a cultural revolution.
Yeah, there you go.
And that's always been advocated. Brother Malcolm talked about it. Dr. King was attempting to get us in that direction, get us to go in that direction. And we did experience a cultural revolution. It was the wrong culture. Now that we've had that and we know what it can do to us, it can cause us to move towards extinction, then we need another cultural revolution. And we need a cultural revolution that deals with our greatness as a people. All I can say is that it starts with a mindset. What you think is what you believe, and how you act controls your behavior. And if you want to do better, then you have to feed your mind with things that will inspire you to do better. We have examples. But right now, we've got to stop. We've got to stop. I don't care how painful it is. We've got to stop these urges. We have to do whatever we can do. We have to do with these children. If we see them going towards a direction of becoming violent, we're going to have to step in and stop this. I'm afraid. I'm scared. You weren't scared when you had them. And so now that's your responsibility. If you need some help, call for some help. And we have to go back to unity, common unity, which is community. Common unity.
Power to the people, right?
Yeah.
Power to the people. Power to the people. That shit is Pat. Power to the people, y'all. Power to the people. The revolution, it may not be televised. All right.